So I think that I could be mistaken, but I believe you had more dialogue in this movie than your entire career put together. Am I wrong?
Pretty close. I had quite a bit of dialogue in The Gambler. I had some pretty lengthy speeches and monologues in that movie. But what I said to Pete Berg yesterday, every single one of those monologues that I had in this movie were literally, half of them were cut out of the movie. So I said to him, and I had so much dialogue that I literally, like I was on punishment, had detention in school and had to write something down 100 times. I would write each speech down 5 times a day in the beginning of the day and the end of the day to be able to memorize these, and he cut them in half. So I said to him, I said, now every time you write a monologue for me, I'm literally just gonna cut it in half. I'm not learning all that stuff. And he's like, that was the one thing that he was waiting for me to say, but I think for the sake of the pace of the movie and everything else, I thought, we wanted to make sure that we created a really cool world and cool characters, and you invested in them. So a character-driven action movie. So it's all character story until the action starts. So that being said, I didn't give him any crap. I mean, I said that and that was it. Normally I've been much more upset.
Was it like a much longer cut in the edit where we're going to see a lot of this on like the Blu-ray? Or is it stuff that we're never going to see?
I think it's worth putting it on the Blu-ray for sure. I think there's a lot of stuff that didn't make it into the movie. But I think he did a really good job of keeping up the pace. But also making sure that for certain people, if it's hard to follow, they're still kind of understanding what's going on and still be able to absorb the information. Even if they missed it the first time, there's a callback to something, as long as it didn't foil the big twist.
Completely.
Yeah.
I am a big fan of when you and Peter work together, so I need to know, what's the next 3 projects? What are you doing?
Well, I know the next one, we're doing a thing called Wonderland that Brian Helgeland is writing right now.
He's not a talented writer at all. Not at all.
We sat in the room like giddy school kids, me and Pete, as we were talking about all these ideas and creating this whole world, and the ideas were just absolutely amazing. Pete called me about the scene that he had just come up with, and I was like, oh my God, insane. I'll tell you about it as soon as the camera stopped rolling.
I was going to say, so I have a few fun questions for you. When I call fun, we're going to see, and I already have 1 minute. I'm going to get through these quick. What TV show would you love to guest star on?
Barney Miller.
Wow, that is a unique one.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite sci-fi or fantasy film?
Yeah, 2001: Space Odyssey. And I'm not a big sci-fi guy.
What film scared you as a kid?
Exorcist and Jaws. And my daughter just watched Jaws and she laughed about it. She said, "Dad, it's not scary, it's funny."
You should take her to the Meg.
Yeah.
Which are maybe opening the same. Don't take her to the Meg.
No.
What do you collect?
Shoes, watches, boots, Villeberquin swim trunks. Like, I have weird stuff that I collect: golf shoes, golf clubs, cars, tons of stuff.
This brings me to my other thing. I've been asking everyone, what's the most you've spent on sneakers or shoes? I've heard from $50 to $2,000.
Yes, but there's a couple of pairs that are coming up on auction. So every time you do a Jordan brand shoe, like I have a new shoe that they made for me. So we're going to donate a lot of them and auction them off to charity. The M&M Carhartts, I think, went for up to like $14,000, $15,000. Maybe that's even lowballing the number. Could have been more than that. So we'll see. But it's a great cause. So to be able to raise money for that. And for me personally, shoes, I don't really care what the price is. My wife laughs at me because I have more shoes. My closet is filled to the point where it just looks like clutter, and I have more shoes than her.
That's amazing. I could go so deep on this. I gotta go. I'm gonna say congrats, and I really do hope you and Peter are doing something again soon.